Well, welcome back to ARC Maine. If you're planning a Mother's Day outing this Sunday, why not head to Oxbow Blending and Bottling over in Portland for the 2025 CiderFeast East Coast Tour.
That's exactly right. The event features over a dozen different cideries and breweries. And joining us this morning are Zach Kaiser of Absalom Cider in Winthrop and Larry Wessler with Opry in Portland, both involved in the event. Thank you guys so much for joining us this morning.
Yeah, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having us. Yeah.
Amazing. So to begin, give us a little bit of an overview of the event happening.
So yeah, CiderFeast is now on its second iteration, but this is kind of the first cider-focused festival in Maine. I can't think of one since I've been in Maine. And so yeah, it hosts kind of all the cideries across Maine, as many as we can get together. And one of our friends, Jimmy Carboni, comes up from New York and kind of puts this event on called CiderFeast. And yeah, it's an amazing event at Oxbow on Mother's Day, and it's now been second year, so we're kind of bring it up, do a lot more things this year. So
yeah, I actually covered it last year and I met him. He is so wonderful. He really is passionate about it. But first, tell us a little bit about the both of you. How did both of you get involved in this?
So I'm one of the founders of Absalom Cider. There's two other business partners with me, Kevin and Ryan as well. And I'm really been passionate about beer, but then that kind of shifted to cider, and that's kind of how Absalom started. We wanted to make dry ciders using local fruit from Maine, New Hampshire, kind of this region, and yeah, make something that's kind of like wine, but made with apples. So that's kind of what our whole focus has been from the get-go.
And what about you? How did you get involved?
So I've actually known Jimmy for a really long time. I used to go to his restaurant in New York City back when I lived there. When I heard he was doing this up here, and he's already done a couple in Boston, Massachusetts, and I was thrilled to be a part of it. It was just such a fun event. I've been working at Opry since they opened. I'm now the cider maker there. We're better known for our hard seltzers, but our cider program's pretty robust and growing, so just really excited to be part of it, yeah.
And that's so amazing because, you know, Opry is primarily known as a seltzer place when you think of it. So I know that some people who've had you guys as ciders, and they have all good things to say about it too.
We love Opry,
which is good.
We love going there.
But I would love to head up to Winthrop too.
Right, yeah.
So what type of ciders are you guys both hoping to pour on this Sunday?
So these three that I have on the table here on the left side is one of our ciders is a forage cider, so it's called Wend. It's made with all wild apples that grow in Maine. Maine has this like plethora of wild growing apple trees, so that kind of features that. And then I have two ciders that are blended with other fruits, other wines, so one with blueberries and blackberries, one with peaches and plums, and kind of provides kind of these different flavor profiles that people kind of can enjoy. So that's what we'll be pouring.
Delicious.
Yeah. How about you?
I think, you know, similar. We have a fruited one. The cans are cerise. It's all Maine apples that were aged on Maine cherries. Really approachable, really easy drinking, kind of an easy entry into cider. And then the two bottles on the right, one of them is a Sizer, so that's a cider that's made with honey. And then the other one is a single varietal, so it's just using one type of crab apple from one orchard in Maine.
Yeah, so these will be featured at the event this Sunday.
Yeah, so kind of like spanning that gamut of different cider types.
Tart cherry sounds so good.
It does sound
I love
good.
cherry flavored stuff. So Maine is full of cideries and breweries, as we know. What is so special about hard cider specifically?
I mean, I think people underestimate the different types of products that cider can produce. We have producers like Rocky Ground that's going to be at this event that exclusively only uses wild apples. We have a cidery, Eden Specialty Ciders, which is from Vermont, but they make ice ciders. They're kind of one of the early creators of really cool ciders. So it's fun to have like industry vets and then new and up and coming people like Sea Hag Cider, who they're doing a lot of cool things with different flavor profiles, kind of different, you know, all over the place kind of flavors. So yeah, there's something for everybody, and Maine has a really cool cider history and story, I think.
What about you? How did you get involved with being in the Maine cider? Yeah.
It was a career change for me. I was in the photo world, New York, and I moved to Maine, and I've always been really passionate about apples. I went to school in the Finger Lakes in upstate New York, great apple culture there, and I was always just drawn to apples and cider. So I started fermenting in my basement and having kind of cider pairing dinners and just like really getting as involved as I could. I ended up going to Maine Apple Camp, which is put on by MAFCA, and a lot cooler than it sounds.
It sounds cool.
And I met a guy, Will Harper, who's become a really close friend. He has his own orchard. He's taught me a lot, and I kind of just dove head in at Opry.
Amazing. And it seems like it's working a lot,
Yeah.
too.
Do you
Thank
guys
you.
feel like the whole brewery and cidery scene is growing in Maine? It sure seems to be. It seems like there's places popping up all over.
I mean, I think that, you know, beer has been a thing for Maine now for a long time, and this seems like a new frontier, and some breweries are starting to get into it. So like Allagash makes cider now.
Yeah.
So they're kind of spreading out their wings and trying cider as well. And yeah, I mean, it kind of feeds off of each other. The events at Oxbow, like we are good friends with Oxbow, and it's kind of like a friendship collaboration with a lot of our ciders and their beers. So there's kind of a cross-pollination thing going on between beer and cider that's pretty exciting.
Yeah. I think-
Amazing. It sounds like there is a special out-of-state guest that will be there. Can you expand a little bit more on that?
So yeah, Eleanor Leger from Eden Ice Ciders, she's an industry vet. She's kind of she was like the president of the Cider Association for a period of time. So kind of a luminary of sorts in our world. And yeah, Eden ciders are spectacular, ranging from ice cider, which is this kind of dessert style profile cider, and also the dry ciders that kind of we're kind of known for at Absalom. So it kind of like plays in all these different worlds, and we're excited to have her here for the event. And yeah, along with that, just like a ton of other cider makers that I'm pretty excited about.
Yeah, awesome. Can you guys remind us where you can buy tickets, where it's located, and what date?
So yeah, so it's Mother's Day, May 11th. The festival goes on from 12 to 4. You can get tickets online at CiderFeast. And there's also other kind of events at Brooklyn and Boston. So Jimmy does this kind of whole tour across the East Coast here. So we're the first stop along
Nice.
that tour. And yeah, Absalom's excited to be there for it, for sure.
Such a great
Amazing.
event coming up, you guys. You guys must be excited as well.
Very much, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the energy there last year was just incredible.
Yeah, how many people usually come out? Do you know?
I think it was about 200 last year.
Yeah.
They're expecting
Wow.
a little more this
It
year.
was pretty busy when I was covering it, but I didn't know if you had an exact number. But
Yeah, definitely a big crowd.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so
Amazing.
much
Yeah,
for coming
thank you
on.
guys.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you.
Hopefully you can